Welcome back to Cho Super Hyper Podcast.
Woo!
I'm, of course, Super Blastex, joined by
Toku Tony. Howdy.
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe whenever you check this out. We appreciate you. This week, we did get a comment on last week's episode. It didn't do as many numbers.
No.
But I did want to go ahead and shout it out anyway because we get a comment. I'm going to shout it out. Steve, our friend Steve, commented.
Yes.
And he said, sweetness. So thank you, Steve. I appreciate that. Appreciate you listening. Now, of course, this is the podcast where we go over what the last superhero time was. And we just finished watching yesterday's superhero time for us, aired on Saturday.
Yes.
And before, as you may know if you listen to us, before we get into that, we're going to talk a little bit about how our weeks were. So Tony, how about you go? How was your week last week?
It was all right. Pretty calming. I didn't really do that much after work, considering I've been on call this entire week. I got called yesterday later on in the night, and then I had to go. Not had to, but I went out with my friends. Friend Devin came into town.
That's fun.
For a little bit, and he's gonna be here for a little while. But Jaylon, my other friend, he had to leave town today, this morning. So it was kind of really last minute. Let's hang out real quick. Went to Applebee's at 10 a.m. or 10 p.m. Sorry, and no, Applebee's at 11. We got there around 11:30. All of us, and they said that the wait was an hour long.
Yeah.
They close at 2.
Yeah.
And we got there at 11:30. We sat down at 12, but we didn't get any food because the food was gonna be an hour wait.
Wow.
Yeah. So we just sat down at the bar. They had a couple drinks. I didn't have anything to drink because I'm on call. But yeah, it was really nice. Caught up. That's pretty much the only thing I did this week. Yesterday, just out and about. But I did make a purchase. Purchase. I bought Geats ID6.
Oh yeah.
The second to last of the main line of Gotchard Soto that I have to get. The only thing I'm missing now is Geats.
Yeah.
Sorry, Geats. The only thing I'm missing now is from the main line is Geats ID5, which I didn't really want to get anyways.
Might as well though.
Yeah, I mean just to complete it because
Yeah, go ahead.
Because the only thing I have to get after that, which would be all of the premium Bandai stuff, which is the 3 premium Geats, and then the premium Zine Boost Geats, and then something else.
There's 2 premium Geats? No, there's just 1, right?
Premium Geats, there's
3 figures, but 1 set.
Yes.
Okay. For Geats, I think it's box 5. The only thing that I want from there, which you should also want, is Command.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Because it looks like a robot. It looks toyetic, and I like the way that looks. And Buffa is an ID6, so you're gonna have a Command body.
Yeah.
You just need their heads, which are in
ID5.
In ID5.
Yeah, that's the only thing that I'd have to get to just complete that.
Yeah.
Because it does look really cool.
That robot form.
Yeah.
I don't even know. I don't remember what else is in that box. Isn't that?
It has Jamato Buffa.
Doesn't box 5 have Aguilera? Dark Aguilera and Invisible Gene?
I think it does. I think I got that separately. From that to give to you. Because you collect all of the Girl Soto. I don't really collect any particular thing. I just get whatever's coming out. But I do like the Tycoons. I have a million of them.
Yeah.
Too many.
And I've told you already you should get another Holy Live.
Yeah, and there's so many.
They're so cheap?
Yeah, on Mandarake, they're like $5.
Yeah.
Crazy.
If I were you, I would just to have it, I guess, in a box or make another one. Why not? They're fun.
True. Because I do have those 3 decades, 2 of which are in the box.
Yeah.
Craziness.
So is that your week pretty much?
Yeah, I didn't really buy anything too much.
There was a K-Fest. What was it called? Was it called K-Fest?
It's called K-Fest, presented by Kroger.
Here in H-Town.
Yeah.
Like you said, sponsored by Kroger, so it was like a pretty big deal. Although it was only one day.
Yeah.
And it's K-Fest, for those who don't know, I guess is a festival celebrating Korea. That would have been fun to go to, if only for the street food or whatever they would have there.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And on the off chance I get to hear like twice somewhere in the background, that's not enough for me to go. But yeah, that would have been cool. That would have been a cool thing to do over the weekend. Or sorry, not even the weekend. Yesterday?
Yeah, yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday. One day.
It was such a nice day. I guess that's what happened too, that caught everyone in the South off guard, that it was so cold in the morning.
Yeah.
A blaring 60 degrees. That's cold for us.
Welcome to October, everybody.
Yeah.
We can now say Happy Halloween early.
Happy.
I'm into this now.
Yeah.
Let September be its own month. God damn it. But now that we're in October, we're in Halloween season, so feel free to take out your pumpkins and your candy corn, whatever.
Which we did last night. We started to decorate everywhere.
We decorated the house a little bit.
Heck yeah.
Sorry, I cut you off asking you if your week was over because I thought about the K Festival, but
no, yeah, that was my week. I was gonna go to K Fest, but since I'm on call,
yeah,
I couldn't really have that chance to go out anywhere.
Yeah,
and even if I did go, I was gonna get a call. During that time I was gonna go, I did get called.
Yeah,
it would have been bad timing on me.
Yeah,
but there's nothing. Something is coming up though. Another con.
In November?
Yeah.
The toy one?
Yeah, next month.
Yeah, we need to get those tickets already. I need to remind Omar.
Yeah, we're going to go to that con, see some nice people, maybe get some toys. That'd be nice.
Toys? Gross.
How was your week?
My week was short. So on Tuesday I had an interview.
Oh, nice.
Didn't get it.
Oh, man.
Thursday, I was sick all week basically. And I was fighting it because I had this interview. It was at the school. Thursday, I went home early because I just couldn't do it. And then Friday was a day off for the school.
Yeah.
And Monday is also a day off. So I'm not going back to work until Tuesday. Excuse me. So for now, I'm enjoying this 4-day weekend, almost 5.
Heck yeah.
I ran into a buddy at the gym the other day, Monet. Shout outs if you're listening.
Oh yeah.
What else did I do this week? Nothing really. I mean, we made our weekly soto, which is good. I'm proud of you.
Yeah, I really had to fight my own body just to get everything made.
Yeah.
Just as soon as I sit down and I turn on the light, I think the light's what's messing me up.
Make you sleepy?
There has to be some psychology behind that or something, because every time I sit down to make soto, I turn on that light to look at my stuff that I'm making. I'm just like, oh, it's over.
I did pre-order. Oh no, I didn't. This is what I made this week. So
you grabbed a tycoon from my box.
I wanted to make. No, this is mine. I wanted to make King-Ohger actually on Friday, my day off, but I wasn't having it. I did not feel good enough to do that, and I'd be like half-assedly doing it. But I made this.
It looks good.
This group basically is the make the main character look good group. The King-Ohgers are surprisingly easy. Now I've done 3 so far, and now it's just muscle memory, basically just slapping the stickers on them. There's not really much to them. It's just the sword I wish would go to hell. Stickering the sword sucks. I'm not a fan. But yeah, it's pretty cool, pretty fun. And then your turn.
Yeah. So this was my attempt. I made Nago first, and then I thought, man, I was like, it's an entry form for sure, so it's not that many stickers, but that head was terrible. But I did it fairly quickly, and I'm kind of proud of how I did everything. I made everything look nice with the eyes and all that. I know how to do stickers with like toothpicks, push them down a little bit, make that detailing pretty good.
That's how they should be done.
Yeah, they look nice. I like it, and I made the thing I was really proud of. That head with the two pieces that connect.
Yeah,
it's almost completely even.
Yeah.
So like it looks like not a sticker.
Yeah.
But after that I made Buffa, his zombie form. That's a really nice form in Soto. It looks really good. The only thing I didn't like about it was the
chest stickers.
The chest stickers. Yeah. Just color it, please.
Surprise, they look like Nago's head.
Yes. And I mean, the colors are all right. It's just placing it in there and then having to like press it down so that they look good for real. I mean, you can see it on his chest piece right there. I pressed it down and it has that angle and everything. It's not just over the plastic. And even with his belt too. I really pay attention to the detail when putting down the stickers because I want them to look super nice. But I didn't like Buffa's shoulders. That purple on his shoulder pieces, that's one thing. Yeah. And it's thin. I don't know if you can see it right there, but that part is ripped right there with that sticker part. Yeah. It's totally ripped. I had to put it down in there, and then I had to take out the white pieces with the toothpick, and
I thought it was fine.
Clean it.
For the most part.
It was hard for me. I don't know why I had so much difficulty with it. And then the orange piece, the horn part of it, that was all right.
Oh, yeah, the one thing that you mentioned about him.
Oh, yeah.
The shoulders on him. Yeah, they do come apart.
Yeah, right?
I don't get it. I just squeeze real hard and put it back on there.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, his stickers were all right. That was my second Soto. And Blastex gave me a really good idea to do my Zenkaiger, because I had a Zenkaiger in storage that I just haven't done yet, and I have the SH Figure Arts Zenkaiger, and he gave me the idea of just do that one and then take a photo of it and then put it and post it on Twitter. Haven't done that yet, but he gave me that idea to make this Zenkaiger, which I got last month from Mandarake as like a surprise, or like as a purchase for me. That was like, oh, I didn't know that was there. I'll just put it in my cart real quick. And then behind it is the Saber Zenkaiger collaboration figure from the movie Superhero Senki.
Mm-hmm.
First for Zenkaiger, really nice. I love those metallic stickers. Mm-hmm. It looks so good. Applying them is a little bit weird. Zenkaiger, since it's an older figure from the Soto that we usually make, he felt different in the hands. He feels heavier than the regular
he's Yudo.
Soto. Yeah.
The Yudos are a little bigger.
Yeah. He felt heavier and like thicker. Like he felt more dense. It was weird. I picked him up and I was like, oh, wow, that's interesting. And he felt good. Thankfully, his V on his forehead is not a sticker.
No.
I would have been so mad if that was a sticker. Everything else, though, all the color you see, apart from his legs, that red bit that you see right there on the calf, everything else is white. And gold for shoulder pieces and chest. I like it, though. It looks really nice. And it's really posable, you see right there. With the Saber Zenkaiger collab, the stickers suck. Because, you know, with Kamen Rider, you kit bash a lot. In production, they kit bash. So, this form that is on right there is the exact same mold as another form. And they just put new stickers on top of it.
Yeah.
So, me pressing down those stickers on his chest, it looks bad. Because it has the mold of a totally different character underneath. But with the Zenkaiger stripes. So, you can't see it because I purposely tried to cover it. The bottom half of that Saber figure is from a totally different, from where it was supposed to be. A totally different character from who it's supposed to be. And you can see it. They try to cover it up with stickers, but that molding is still there. Same thing with the eyes. That mouth piece right there. This supposed to be like grow marks because it's supposed to be the dragon form, Dragonic Knight. So I didn't try to press too hard on that. Everything else, though, really nice figure. I think this is when Soto for me became really nice, like super posable, super flexible on how they were able to make things. So I really liked revisiting Soto, Saber. His sword is garbage though. It sucks.
Why?
So it's only one sticker.
Oh yeah, so it's
and
one-sided.
it's all white. So it's one side is all white, and the other side is a bad sticker. You have to really press it in since it's a different forms sword. You can't really press it in that much to get that detail. And the Saber sword have a peg that's like maybe 4 centimeters when the hand can fit like a lot more. So you see how the sword is angled a bit right there? That's all the way down.
Yeah.
There's a little hilt right there that goes down that you can't push in all the way because you won't actually hold the sword straight on.
Well,
it's weird.
No, because they're holding the hilt, so it's not supposed to be visible.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see Yanma.
Oh, he has a little bottom piece.
It does have a stick that you connect it to make it longer.
Yeah. He didn't have that.
No.
And it's also really short, so you can't really press it in all the way.
I would argue. I wouldn't really. I would argue that swords are more important than King-Ohger than they are in Saber. That's a joke, 100%.
It's kind of true though.
No, it's not, because Saber is all swords.
It's all swords.
Every one of them is swords.
So
it's a joke.
Oh. So like how I said that this form is supposed to be another form?
Yeah.
In this box set, you actually get a little piece of the form that's supposed to be for the other thing. It's a book with a little hand coming out of it.
And the arm too. You get a.
It's supposed to be the
not elemental dragon.
No, it's elemental dragon.
No, that's the one before that one. It's like a bone dragon.
Oh, that's right. I forget the name. But yeah, you get that piece in this thing, which I'm assuming that it wasn't provided from the original form whenever it came out. But now since they have this, they can be like, oh, hey, same form. You can just add it right there.
They did that a lot in
the Saber Soto.
Yeah. See this guy.
Draconic Knight.
Is that what it was?
I think so.
Primitive dragon. Primitive dragon. That makes sense.
Primitive dragon. Yeah, you get his little bits because that form, that whole thing right there, aside from the chest piece, which is just something you can just remove off and put another chest plate on, is this form right here, which looks really cool, but it's a little bit gross looking if you try to press in those stickers real hard. Just a pet peeve of mine. But overall, colors are really good. The stickers are really nice. They try to do metallics on it. It looks really good. Everything else is really nice with it. But those were my 4 Sotos. Now I have all of my Zenkaigers done. And the other thing I have to do next is finish my other 50 plus Soto.
My goal for this week, I'll probably make more because again I'm off today and tomorrow. Kyoryuger, Ohger, and Ohger. That way I can have the King-Ohgers done. And then if I want to do a rider, I might do Punkjack.
Oh, okay.
Because he's the last of like quote unquote main riders of Geats.
Man, that sucks too, because Punkjack had like so much potential. Like his character could have been so much better if he had just been dead that first time. But I digress.
I don't know.
When you have that Punkjack in that box has Shiro.
Yeah.
So you can just make Shiro have Punkjack.
Yeah. Okay. I teased a little bit, but I did pre-order something.
Oh my god, you got the Gabu revolver.
Yeah, the memorial.
I knew you were gonna get Jetman because you were pretty hype about that.
Yeah. I get all the Pseudo Trooper now.
Oh my god.
And, of course, Daimugen from Dairanger.
The Gabu Revolver.
But yeah, I had to get it. So, and that's coming out, I believe, April next year.
Oof.
So this is going to be my second Memorial Yellow gun.
Wow, yeah.
That I get, because I'm getting Dawn Brothers in November, maybe December.
Yeah, it's coming real soon.
And then I'm getting this guy. So
oh my goodness,
I like that they're both yellow transformation guns. I'm pretty excited. The only thing is with that gun is it comes with only 3 Zudenchis.
Oh, okay.
So it's 1, 3, and 5. So half the team.
Oh, okay.
So it's missing 2, 4, and 6. And there's speculation that they're gonna make the sword a memorial item as well.
Oh, okay.
And if they do that, they could easily put 2 and 4 in there. 6 is Kyoryuger Gold.
Yeah.
He has his own changer.
Oh, okay.
So if they want to do memorial, they could do that and put him in there. I hope not.
That's money.
Yeah.
That is money.
We'll see what happens. But yeah, I'm super stoked for Shoto Jetman as well. Shoto Super Jetman.
He looks so good.
Daimugen is humongous. They did a video recently on Banmani. Or maybe it wasn't Banmani. It was somewhere. Nakiriki Festival. Yeah, it is huge. I'm scared about where I'm gonna put it. I don't even have room now for what I have. So, that's pretty much it for this week.
Yeah, me too.
Get into Super.
Yeah, I've been not really pre-ordering stuff. Next week though, hopefully it's gonna be a lot more pre-orders.
For what?
For Sodo, they're gonna come out with another. They're gonna come out with Gotchard 5 on Phil Collectibles. That seems to be the pattern every 2 or 3 weeks. So next week it'll be Gotchard 5, and then with that we'll be able to see what's gonna be coming out in Gotchard 3, which I already have pre-ordered. And then I'll have some more stuff for Mandarake to get. Because everything from Gotchard 1 will be out by that time.
Hopefully you find a way to get Gotchard 1.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, Mandarake is like going to be the saving grace here if I can't get Gotchard 1 in time.
You could also try Zen Market for a complete set of 1.
Yes. Zen Market seems to be the saving grace for us for right now, right? For just Sodo? Seems like it.
For piecemealing it, kind of, yeah. Because, that's right. Super Mini Pla Galaxy is supposed to be coming out already. It had September release date.
Oh.
And it's not here. We're in October. I pre-ordered that months ago.
Oh, wow.
So that should be the next thing that I'm waiting for.
I'm just waiting for Kyoryuger Super Shoto in 10 years.
Yeah, it's gonna be a long time. All right, let's get into what we need to get into. We're gonna take a quick break.
Yeah,
and we'll be right back. And we're back.
Woo!
Now we're gonna start discussing
superhero time.
And this was Gotchard 6.
Yeah.
What'd you think?
This might be the start of, hey, Gotchard's actually good.
Dang.
Because, man.
So you didn't think it was good before?
I think it was trying to be too much. But this episode, wow. It was funny. It was fun to look at. There was actually plot that was interesting. The choreography is really good. The CG parts of it were actually better than usual in the show. The story point of it is we have this man right here who is a contender, or he was a student at another high-ranking alchemist's place. He tried to fight Spanner for a ranking test. He lost. Now he has revenge. In this episode, we meet Burning Arrow, which is a
Burning Nero.
Burning Nero. Oh,
Nero.
Burning Nero, like a habanero.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. I didn't get that. Which is a habanero. With this combination with Gorilla Sensei, which we got last episode, we get Gotchard's new form, which we'll see a little bit later on. But man, this episode was good. It didn't really delve into Kurogane Spanner's relationship with Rene, but it did form more of a sort of a rivalry teacher-student relationship with Gotchard and Spanner.
So we know. Okay, it's not confirmed, but we can definitely pull from this episode. That Spanner had his mind wiped.
Right. It's totally. That's the implication.
Okay.
You're supposed to get that at the end. In the episode, the reason that the spiteful student is so vengeful is because he lost the A-ranking alchemist test, super A-rank alchemist tests, against Spanner. In the episode, though, Spanner the entire time is, who the hell are you? Who is this guy? Why are you so angry? At the end, he asks the question to the guy after he's been defeated. He says, no, really, who are you?
So this is definitely where it's going to turn into the whole academy actually being not so up on the up and up.
Which I called.
Yeah. I think it's bad that Rene also doesn't know that he didn't know.
Yes.
Because otherwise she could be like, yeah, I know he had his mind wiped because this happened and it was a big thing. Her not knowing that even the possibility that his mind could have been wiped means, something bigger happened. Maybe she also lost her memory. Maybe she was there at that ceremony. Maybe not, because she's a baby.
Right.
But I think they're gonna go one of two ways with this. They're gonna go all out and they're gonna make the academy a bad place, or they're gonna sort of hand wave it and say, well, hey, if you're working with this kind of company, this kind of organization, that's gonna happen. You kind of have to accept that even if you work with us, your memory isn't safe. I don't know which one I'd prefer. I mean, there's probably more opportunities and chances, but that's what I see now. Because of her.
Yeah.
Mostly because she's such a quote unquote good student and she knows how to do so much at this academy thing. Her non-reaction to this, or her reaction to, he really didn't know. Could be like bad for her. But the reason why I think it might be more on the positive side is because the alchemist thing is so tied in to the entire show.
Yeah.
If it went bad, that'd be weird. You know what they could do? Remember in Revise, there was a chameleon monster, and it ended up being that one guy was him the whole time because he died. It could be that their teacher, sensei guy here, is also like from a bad faction, and he's the one that's been causing memories, and he just wants to get all the cards.
That's a good idea.
Something like that. But yeah, we'll see. This is the monster.
Yes, very. I was gonna ask you about this. This has the even more of a problem because it's literally just a head in a backpack.
Yeah,
which is the whole monster.
Yeah. Again, the designs for these monsters aren't doing anything for me. But I like that this situation let them use the arms in the episode.
Yeah, that caught me off guard a little bit.
Where the wings can be stationary and the arms can be free to move, or like in this shot, the arms are in the backpack as the wings, and then the arms on the suit are stationary.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of interesting. We do see the wild form of Ant Wrestler.
Yeah, which she didn't use last episode, but now it looks really good. Like I was saying before, the CG special effects for this episode looked a little bit better than usual. I think it looked good for this. The actual cinematography, or like the actual animation of it, looked really good for how it attacked the enemy in the scene.
Sure.
And I forget her name, but the classmates, they're all trying to figure out. This is when they find out who the actual enemy is. A previous student.
Yeah.
How did you feel about the actual motivation of this guy? You feel like it's just a little bit cheap? I felt like it was very convenient.
I don't. It's fine. I don't know. It exists to. It exists for Spanner.
Yeah,
is all it is. It's just to make him like. Even here, when they're like, "Oh, he said he didn't recognize him." Oh, that's the kind of guy he is, making enemies everywhere. Like that just feeds to the kind of character Spanner is. Which, sure, I mean, that's fine. But the point of that was to show that Spanner, lost his memory.
Yeah.
Or whatever. So.
And apparently, from what she said, Spanner is like he can do anything perfect.
She implied that he's got a lot of enemies because people can't stand that he can just go and do whatever.
That he's just him.
Yeah, he is him.
Here we see a little bit of that actual A ranking test, which I don't like it. I don't like the test. The test to become the special A rank is just to fight another dude who's also trying to be A rank, and only one of you can progress.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just, the standards of the alchemy. But it seems kind of not good. Oh, and here he is, the vengeful student coming back after he lost the test, trying to kill him. And Spanner automatically just waves that shit off.
Yeah.
Like it's nothing. And he doesn't even look back at the guy.
I honestly don't remember if I've said it out loud, but on the podcast, have I said that I think they're related?
I think you have.
Okay.
They are definitely related.
I think these two might be related, and they both don't remember that.
Yes. Now that we know that, or that, it's very much implied that he had his memory wiped. Oh,
it also
man.
implies that hers was too.
Yeah. That they're definitely related in some way.
The implication, in my opinion, that his memory was wiped, the implication is that everybody's memory was wiped. Just because it can, and it'd be a way to explain away almost anything.
Oh, yeah.
Even Gotchard boy. Maybe he's the one who wasn't. But we'll see. Yeah, he just comes up and gives her the Burning Narrow card. This is a Kamen Rider show, as you can see by the bikes. There are bikes in this show.
I do like, though, that Ichinose's bike is a traditional Kamen Rider bike. It looks cartoony. It's like a transformation bike. Yeah, it's a toy. But it is a regular dirt bike that has been transformed to look like a Kamen Rider bike. While as Kurogane Spanner, that's a chopper.
It's a motorcycle.
That's a regular motorcycle.
Yeah.
Like, he looks so cool.
Yeah.
He also has a regular helmet, not a dirt bike helmet. That just adds to it. I do like that they used the bikes for this scene. They're actually remembering, oh, this is a Kamen Rider. Nice. Also implies that Kurogane Spanner is definitely getting a belt.
The bike does?
Yeah, well, that he's a rider. He's riding a motorcycle.
Yeah. I want to make sure I get his henshin sequence, because he got one.
It looks cool.
Similar to Chinose's.
As we were talking about Saber, when I was making the Saber Soto, it reminded me that his transformation sequence is a lot like Saber's. It's like a spinning camera on top with the background. They're just stationary. It reminded me a lot like that.
Yeah, Saber's was the COVID transformation era. So I remember a lot of green screen. Yeah. So I think the suit's fine.
I don't like it.
The shoulders are left to be desired.
Mm-hmm.
I like that it's chili peppers instead of they look like mufflers.
Yeah.
And then you can see a little monkey face, little nose right there.
Pretty cool.
But yeah, the shoulders are nothing.
Mm-mm.
The shoulders don't have any motif with gorillas or senseis or habaneros or burning.
It's just
they look like vents, kind of. I guess that
they're just like exhaust vents.
yeah, but it's nothing. It's not exciting at all.
He's a dirty suit, man.
Filthy.
This was the cool part that I was talking about earlier in the show. The cinematography of it. He used Kurogane Spanner is in a pinch here. He can't get as high to defeat the enemy. So Ichinose says, well, he has to get up there. He can do it. He transforms into his steam hopper transformation and does a rider kick to Spanner, elevating him more to defeat the bad guy in a very cinematic sort of anime shot. It looks really cool, and I really want them to keep on doing this sort of thing where they have to use the rider kicks in creative ways.
Yeah.
But maybe probably not. But going back to Burning Gorilla,
there's gonna be a shot coming.
Oh, okay.
Right there.
His finisher with that, saying that,
Oh yeah.
at the end, he says, Ichinose says that, Kurogane is a really good alchemist. He is just that guy. He is perfect. And it shows in this finisher. But Burning Gorilla, I don't like that at all. There's nothing in that suit that says gorilla.
I mean, the big arms and the little monkey face on top, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
My issue with Ant Wrestler is back here.
Oh,
There's
yeah,
nothing
yeah.
on his legs.
No bottom.
He has nothing on his legs.
Mm-mm.
And we kind of see that again next week with Needlehawk.
Oh, yeah.
But he has like the skirt dress,
Mm-hmm.
but that's an extension from the top.
Yeah, Needlehawk has so much more going on, though, so it kind of like distracts from that nothingness at the
but
bottom.
that's so much of Kamen Rider.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that there's a top on him. I just wish that it is black. The bottom wasn't just black. I know there's some protrusions here and there. You can kind of see the suit tearing. But yeah, I want more. I want a little bit more.
Oh, yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. It looks cool for sure. But for the purposes of the motif of burning jalapeno or burning habanero and gorilla, I just don't really see it. I mean, obviously the habanero's on the shoot on his chest piece, but that's pretty much it. I do like his finisher though, and what I was saying before, with the CG, it looks really good. Like this episode really put it up. He punches the ground and gets all this rock up, puts it in a gorilla fist, and punches the main bad guy to finish him, to explode him, and that whole scene looked really nice. I just wish there was so much more with the suit. And there's the Kemi.
And we know
Star.
Next episode is the cactus. So he's gonna do that, and we know he's gonna get that suit next. So far we have Steam Hopper,
At Wrestler,
Aparaskebo,
Yep.
Venom Mariner, Burning Gorilla,
Yep.
and the Needlehawk.
Yes.
That's already 6 suits for Ichinose. They are running through these.
Yes, they are.
I would have wanted and expected them to be more spread out, but this being Rider, you can't do that. I guess I'm shocked more because this is one Rider. Before, when you get this many suits, it's because there's so many different Riders in the show. Like Geats episode 1 had
8
helmets, right?
Yeah.
But the same bodies for everybody else. They had 2-3 suits.
Sort of, kinda, because the beginning suits apart from Geats,
Well,
with
they had-
just a short shoulder pad.
They had entry with weapon. They had Geats Magnum, Geats Boost, Boost Magnum, and Magnum Boost. So yeah, in one episode. So it's not fair to compare it to Geats, but this series so far has definitely felt like it's going back to roots. You know, make it just one rider, make the problems be more like day to day. I'm so shocked that they're going through these many suits. Like it's an episode basically.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy how breakneck speed they're going.
That's not even counting Spanner either. So yeah, we'll see, because there's 100 cards, so 50 suits supposedly, but not even 50 suits because some of those are CG.
Yep.
Like Mad Pirates,
Energial and Mariner.
No.
Ooh, I forget that one.
Mantis Dancer. Who's Energy with?
Sasuke Maru.
Yeah, the ninja.
The ninja, yeah, Sasuke Maru.
Sasuke Maru, yeah. And then this also felt like foreshadowing, kind of sinister. The way he was walking up to him.
Very menacingly.
And then now that she knows the weakness is going to be Rione.
Yeah.
Rion, whatever her name is.
Rene. Yeah.
She's going to probably kidnap her. I mean, there's even a shot in the preview of her turning around and seeing this little girl behind her.
Yes.
So they're probably going to take her. And was going to be episode 7. So after that, episode 8.
Yep.
We could be getting the super power up soon.
So I was going to say, whenever you said that they were really like streamlining, through these suits, it's about that time in like 2 or 3 episodes to get a super form.
Yeah.
But I feel like he might not get that because of how many regular suits that he has right now. That's my fear. But, it could just happen to where he just has like a bunch of suits that they can kit bash for forever and ever. But like how you said that it was trying to go back to like roots for Kamen Rider. What I don't like is this episode, it was very much damsel in distress for Kuga and Rene. And that's what they're going to do next episode. And I don't want that.
I think it's going to happen at the end of the next episode. It's going to happen. It's going to be the main point of the episode after that.
Yeah. And I'm just afraid that it's going to be, that's like her trope. That is not supposed to be her trope, but that's just what it is.
Back to roots Kamen Rider.
Yeah, that she's just going to be the damsel in distress, non-writer. Which I don't want to happen, but if it does happen, it'll probably look cool. And she might get a suit to defend herself later on in the show, which is what we're all hoping for. But like I said, with the Roots Kamen Rider, she might not get a suit. It might just be Rider, a villain Rider, and then enemies, and then that's it. And then Legend Rider, which, rumors.
Yeah.
Decado.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we'll see. It's been an interesting season so far.
Yeah, this episode was this got to me really good. I don't know if you kept that one picture that we got. I said it was really good, this episode, but some of the acting is not that great. For one character in particular. He's been good throughout the whole season.
Did get that picture.
I just don't know why this episode was the one where it's like, oh, you see that little
forgot glimpse. I was supposed to move it over.
Yeah. So in the beginning of the episode, we see one of the Malice sisters try to infect a salary worker lady with a chemi. And Kurigane Spanner comes in, breaking the door down out of nowhere. I thought that was hilarious. His scene right there, like, oh, he's right there. And the next scene over, he's at the restaurant cooking for these guys because he said that Ichino says cooking is terrible, but he ate it up. When he goes to finish the cooking, he gives everyone, all right, here's your meal. I hope you like it. He looks to the rest of the cast.
Bro straight up looks right at the camera.
Before he looks at the rest of the cast. Look at his face. And it's very clear that it's like a whole second stare. It's crazy. It's
Yeah,
funny.
he caught the camera. So far in this series, it's felt like, and this happens all the time in tokusatsu shows, especially in the one we're gonna talk about next, the episode we're gonna talk about next. They do whatever they use the first take.
Yes.
They just use the first take. Like, yeah, just use it.
Just go for it.
And that I personally feel that a lot more in Sentai, because they can just ADR it later. But for some in Kamen Rider, it hasn't felt as obvious as this season to me.
Oh yeah,
where they're just using the first take. He's looking dead ass at the camera, like that's not a. I mean, it's an accident, but like, geez, that could very well be the thumbnail. It won't be because Kyoryuger happened.
Yes,
but he could be. That could be the thumbnail for like a song he's singing, like a J-pop song.
Yeah.
That could be the thumbnail for his cooking show that he has on YouTube. I thought this was really, really weird when we saw this on the screen.
Whenever it happened, we both looked at each other, and I popped off because I loved it.
I saw it live and I couldn't believe it. And then I saw it again when I was getting the pictures for the show. I didn't think of taking a picture of it, but when you saw it and reacted to it, I was like, okay, I gotta take a picture of it.
This is I popped off on it only because he presented the food and he was like, all right, here's the food, how do you like it? Everyone was like, oh my god, it's so good and all that. It's, oh man, how'd you do it? And then he looks up and he looks at the camera for like a whole second, and I'm thinking, oh, he's gonna talk to us about how he made the food, or he's gonna say something like a dialogue or anything. And then he looks at us and he looks straight down at the thing and then talks to them. That got me. I was freaking out about that.
Yeah.
He looks right at me and say a word and then looks to everyone else. It was funny, man.
Yeah.
I hope he's a good actor. Hope that was just a major, a minor mistake that they, just use the first cut and use the first take and that's it.
Okay.
But everyone else in the show, great acting. Not as good as King-Ohger. Very good.
Yeah, King-Ohger. There was some scenery. Chewed up in King-Ohger.
Oh yeah.
Which we'll talk about right. Now.
Hey.
So I feel like I've shown you a couple episodes of Kyoryuger before.
We watched the first 3 together a few years ago.
Okay. This week during one of the random nights, I saw an episode of Kyoryuger, a random episode. And the whole time I was watching, I was like, how is this not my favorite? Of course it's my favorite Sentai. But as I was watching, I was like, no shit. This has everything I want, everything I love. It's just so stupid. So it's great to see that interacting with a Sentai that's as serious as King-Ohger. So yeah, this is the shot of, I'm gonna assume Doug did this.
Yeah.
Made a base for the new Debos clan. So 10 years ago, they explained it in the show, but 10 years ago, Kyoryuger stopped Debos army, the Debos army, and they had some generals that were really, really loved.
Yeah.
Even the main bad guy throughout the whole season was not the main bad guy. He was also a general.
Oh wow.
The main bad guy, his name is Deboth. And he kind of looks like the guy at the end of this episode. That sorry, Soji. Distracted me. Except the original Deboth had like a butterfly on his mouth, and this one has like a beetle.
Oh, okay.
It's still bugs.
But
yeah, those generals were crazy loved back then, and it's so good to see them here. In fact, you saw 2 of them were still around.
Yeah.
That's good guys.
Yeah. They were bad guys in the original.
Yes. Yeah, they have a whole arc. The bad guys in Kyoryuger were such a big deal during the show that they actually had their own character and they grow, and it's awesome. But yeah, we see my guys come back, still doing their own stunts because that's how they were trained. That's how they did their Sentai. There are some bad cuts in here that obviously are not the King-Ohger actors.
It's not them in the suits. Or it's not them in the face.
Yeah, which is that cut that I said?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was not Gira for most of that.
Oh.
When Prince is like attacking him and the camera's backing away, and that's not Gira. Oh. And then it cuts to Gira. So yeah, I've kind of been having a discussion in the Discord about this. I want to hear what you think the reason is why only he was able to transform.
Because the god...
There's no answer yet.
No, there's no answer.
Nobody knows.
Right.
Even in the Discord. People are getting heated, and I don't understand it. But as you can see from this image, they both did their henshin pose. Yet only Gira was able to get his Kuwagata soul to help him transform.
Right.
Why do you think?
Because we see later on in the episode that he has that spirit of the Kuwagata in him. He has that guardian spirit still in him, protecting him. But none of the other King-Ohgers do. I think it's just me rambling because I was thinking about that this whole episode. Like, why can't only he do it? Yeah. And he gave Prince his power up. I think it's because there's
shared it.
Yeah, I think it's because there's still a Kuwagan Shu God on this planet. That there still is a Shu God, or like the remnants of a Shu God could be here. This is like the prototype of the Shu Gods that are on Terra. Because
it looks different color, right?
Right.
It looks clear or white.
Yes, it looks different. It's totally different.
That's a good point. I had not considered that one. Nobody has, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah, because I was thinking, okay, he can transform. The Shu Gods aren't there, which is why they can't transform. But if there is another Kuwagan or Kuwagata or Ohger, Shu God there on the planet, he could tap into that since he still shares that connection with that Shu God on Terra.
Okay.
Just like how Kuwagata Ohger has that connection with his Kuwagan.
So I think, and I've never written for a Sentai show, but if I were to, I would try to make it so that more things tie together.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
So I've already written this out in the Discord. So I'm going to lay it out here. So just go with me on this journey.
Alrighty.
All right. So we know earlier in this season, Gira was an orphan.
Yes.
We didn't know that they were related. Yet it seems to imply that Rackless did know.
Yeah.
Earlier. Okay. And we know, look, Grody's here. Grody is the guy who can like revive.
Yes.
Okay. I think during the Wrath of the Gods, Gira was a casualty. And Grody revived him. And somehow, either through the previous kings or some twisted way, the Kuwagata soul helped revive Gira from instead of being a zombie to being what he is again. So he has some of the Kuwagata soul inside of him. Either it is him, it's inside of him, it revived him. Some of the power resides inside of him. And that would help bring together Grody story with Gira and Rackless and all that. Somebody else is implying that on the Discord. I'm not even going to mention it actually because this dude gets heated for no reason on there, and I don't want to entertain that. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
But there are other theories, and mine is a lot of hand waving stuff, like how exactly did the Kyoryuger soul help revive him or whatever? Magic? I don't know. Who cares? But that could also explain why Kira doesn't know, but that he was related and everything like that. Somebody also suggested that the Rainbow Judia, which was the Kyoryuger soul. He ate it, and that so there's still a lot of stuff we don't know about Gira, Rackless, and the whole Kyoryuger soul thing. And it was barely touched on in this episode. Yeah, about why he could transform. I don't know if it's going to be touched on much next episode, but we do see that the whole team is there. Yes. I really like this scene because even though this guy is the newcomer and he's supposed to be the best warrior or whatever. Yes. Soji is Kyoryuger Green. Still like manhandling him. Like, listen, you idiot. I like that. Gentle is here, and Gentle is Amy's butler that she had in the show. That was kind of cool. And this is the general, the new monster of the week. It's made up of the generals, and you can see Aigalan, Dogoldo, Chaos, Kandarira, Endolf. Did I say Endolf? No. Lucky Hero, and on the back, surprisingly, it's Ferocious Knight D. Now, okay. This guy was in the movie, in the summer movie. Oh, he was also one of the generals. But I did not expect him to show up. One of my favorite things about Kyoryuger is that they do treat everything they do as kind of canon to the rest of the show. So this guy, again, mostly whenever they do Sentai movies, that sort of just happens and rarely ever ties into the main show unless it calls it out or they use the mech from the movie in the show. And there's a lot of Sentai seasons where they just do not use the mech from the summer movie. Like in Kyoryuger, they don't use Cerberus at all in the show. No. In Loopat, they do use the jackpot trigger, the red version of yeah, they do. Yeah, out of nowhere for a little bit, right? At the very end of the season. Yeah. But this guy, he comes up for an episode in Kyoryuger, and it's one of the best episodes of the season. But that's just really cool that he shows up as part of this amalgamation of the generals. They treat him like he's super canon. Like there's no question. He was Death Ryuger. He turned into the Dark Ranger from it's in Power Rangers. He's the Dark Ranger. But anyway, yeah. This, I really like seeing all these guys together, and I hope. I mean, at the end of this episode, he dies. Right. But I hope that they didn't just do that for this suit. I hope they use this suit for a 10-year anniversary special that I hope they're going to announce soon. Jesus Christ, please. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for as well. This is not enough. Kyoryuger. This was fun because he called Nachoju. Like, he called it and it didn't come out. Yeah. And again, yeah, I just love seeing the King-Ohgers in real places. They're actually touching grass. Another thing that I love in Kyoryuger, I'm gonna keep going with Kyoryuger. Oh, yeah, go for it. In Kyoryuger, just like I mentioned, they treat movies as canon. Soji, when he sees that the boys are about to henshin, he turns and goes, "Are you guys a Sentai?" Like that's a thing. It's an established thing in the Kyoryuger universe that Sentais exist. They have powers and they fight. And he wasn't like, "Oh, what is?" No, he's like, "Oh, you guys are a Sentai too." Like, yeah. And I love that every time there's a crossover with Kyoryuger and they run into a Sentai, like, "Oh, you're this Sentai and you do this," and you don't really get that from other teams. Gotchard, because that's their whole thing, is they know Sentai. Yeah. But Kyoryuger is like, "All right, we got help for whatever," and I love that. Yeah. Homeboy, my favorite number one guy. Again, doing his own stunts, holding this guy, doing his dad puns. He
He was also there for a little bit last year in Geats, just for a little bit.
He was, so far.
Shiro.
He was in a Kamen Rider and a Sentai.
Yes. This kind of freaked me out whenever we first saw it.
Yeah, so Jeremy sees the cave that they're going to go into because they're looking for shelter. And Rita is freaking out.
Oh, yeah.
That giant eye. And I've forgotten, but you remembered.
Yeah.
One of the last episodes of Chapter 1 was when they were going to go to the underground base to make a deal with, or talk to
Death
Narok. Rita, they implied that Rita was scared of it.
Yeah.
Oh, unless you're too scared to go, and then, yeah.
Rita's terrified of underground or just like caves in general.
Yeah.
I like that just for, even if just for a little bit.
So, yeah, when Jeremy finds it, he points at it, and you see Rita just staring at it like that.
She was shaking, too. Rita was shaking.
This is all new.
Yeah.
There was no mural like this for Kyoryuger.
No. I was going to ask you about that. So, obviously, this is King-Ohger based. Like, the way that they're designed in that mural and all that. We see a second mural at the end of the episode that's sort of half broken, which reveals some more of the plot. Do you think that in the future there will be more of this stuff to relate to another Sentai?
No.
This is purely just this.
Yeah, and I think that's just because it doesn't need to. This is here. I'm going to show you later some screenshots I got from Kyoryuger.
Okay.
But I think this works really well in a way not even I really considered. But it could also just be freaking alternate timeline, which they introduced in this episode.
That was another thing I was going to say.
So this may not even be the same Kyoryugers that I watched, back in the day. This could be a whole different timeline. And they don't have to address it either. They could do whatever, and if there's one little thing that's different, they'll be like, oh, that's a different timeline.
Yeah.
But this on its own could already mark a different timeline.
Right.
So yeah, we'll see. I do like those drawings.
I do like also, I think Rita mentioned it a little bit. Rita said that musical notes.
Rand says it, yeah.
Oh, Rand says musical notes on the thing. I really want to know what that plays because I can see it right now. I just can't visualize, or I can't.
I know what it is.
Visualize the song.
I don't know if it's real. Like it's 1-to-1 to what you think it could be, but it is Kyoryuger's theme song.
Oh, okay.
Because that's music is one of the themes of Kyoryuger. Yeah.
Do you think? So I was gonna say, do you think it's the opening theme song, or
it? I know, but it's spoiling the show for you.
Is it the jingle that they play?
It's whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a thing. There's a couple episodes that. Okay. Spoiler alert for a 10-year-old show.
Yes.
When they dance, that's not music that everybody can hear. It's from the earth.
Oh, okay.
But sometimes everybody can hear it. The Kyoryugers themselves are powered by Earth's melody.
Okay.
And that's something that you're kind of chasing the whole show. Eventually, you find out Earth's melody, you hear it, and it's whoa, 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 whoa. The way you rolled your eyes. Yeah.
Okay.
Kyoryuger is amazing and perfect.
All right.
So when that happens, you're kind of like, oh my god, they did it.
Yeah.
So the theme song for the actual is actually also canon in Kyoryuger.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
And there's several parts in the show where they're like down and out, and the people sing and they sing the song.
Oh yeah.
Whenever the Kyoryugers themselves have to hype themselves up, they hold hands and whoa, 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 whoa. They sing the actual song. It's perfect. I love it. Yeah.
So it's definitely that.
It's definitely Earth's Melody. That's what it's called, Earth's Melody.
I like the mural of all of the, what are they called? Volt Soars?
Zudenryu.
What is that one in the middle?
That's Chaos. That's Debos.
Oh, okay, so that's just him?
Yeah.
Oh.
He's hibernating.
Okay.
And then one more thing, just to... Because I'm going to keep blushing about Kyoryuger anyway. In Kyoryuger, they also explain the voice and the sounds of the gun. Did I ever tell you that?
Yeah, it's the professor?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so they actually have an in-universe explanation for why it says Gabutira, Gabu Gaburincho. That's because it's...
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Kyoryuger so much. It explains things it does not need to. Like in Don Brothers. Who says... It's all change. What is that from?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Who cares?
That's true.
Zenkaiger. I mean, Zenkaiger could be the dad that made it or whatever in the gun. But you don't really like get that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bum, 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 bang, bang, bang. Ba, 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 ba.
Yeah.
Who cares? In Kyoryuger, it's like, no, there's a reason. The music is part of it's. Yeah.
It's just good, period.
I love Kyoryuger so much.
Ian Yorklander?
Ian Yorkland. He's supposed to be from Britain.
I got that from the name.
Yeah.
Rita.
I really liked Jeremy saying "Oh my." I hope he takes that with him. He won't, because that's an Ian thing. But yeah, I thought
they look similar.
Nah,
you don't think so?
I like them together. Because they both are like the learning type. But I really liked that he... Okay, when I saw this episode live, I didn't have subtitles, obviously. I thought he said... He asked him, who are you and what are you doing? And then Ian's response was, oh my. And that's why Jeremy was like, oh my. So what are you... And I thought he thought his name was Oh my. But that's not what happened.
That's funny.
That would have been hilarious. Yeah, if he thought his name was Oh my. Like, oh, that's your name.
The classic aliens on Earth thing.
Yeah. So I didn't look into this, but apparently that's Nosan Kyoryu Blue's niece, who was a character in the show.
Oh.
I don't know if that's true or not. But apparently she might be having a bigger role next week. I doubt it. We'll see.
Wow.
The lady, not the little girl.
Yeah, the lady.
The lady. Yeah, cool shot of everybody together.
And the base.
The boys.
Just them. The absence of Amy, explained in the end of the episode.
The absence of Amy, Utsutsimimaru, and Daigo.
Yes.
And then my favorite mecha in all of Super Sentai makes an appearance.
Yeah.
Mezuan. I'm so happy. I love that mech so much.
Which is just straight up a spaceship.
It's a rocket. It's a Plesiosaurus dinosaur. Who's also a submarine, rocket, mech, robot.
Oh, that's right. It's the master of all things. The
master of the seas. Master of the space. Yeah.
I remember that from the clips that you were showing me from way back then.
I could watch that all the time. The Plezuan transformations. I do wish that Yayoi was here, who becomes Kyoryu Violet, the girl.
Oh, okay.
You saw that yesterday, right?
Yeah, I did.
Before? Yeah.
There's no explanation yet for where they are at. The rest of the
Kyoryuger. Man, she was great. Yeah, so this is the new guy, and
they're both. There's a lot of really quick exposition in this episode, which, if you haven't seen Kyoryuger, you might not get initially. Oh.
Yeah. So let me...
Oh, I see.
How do I know.
In the episode, it explains where Prince is from, or it explains who Prince is. Reading it, I didn't really get that explanation. I just read it and then moved on because there's other things to be learned. But how do you feel about that explanation?
Ooh.
Wow.
Yeah, so I just brought this up just to show, how similar he looks to... Only one photos? No, the other one's there. How similar he looks to the new one.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Rhino instead of a butterfly.
Yeah.
Rhino beetle, instead of a butterfly. That's cool. And I'm sure it's explained that, it was Doug Dead that did it.
Yeah, well, 2 years ago, which is, yeah, so whenever King-Ohger ended chapter 1 is when this happened in Kyoryuger.
Yes.
Because 2 years pass, and then, yeah. But yeah, whenever Kyoryuger is explaining, they said, yeah, 2 years ago he showed up, Doug Dead showed up with a new general, a new day boss. So that's what's happening there. What was your question?
Oh yeah, how do you feel about his explanation of the timeline sort of thing that's just being brought up now?
The alternate timeline thing?
Yeah. And I didn't really, since I was reading so much, trying to get the exposition, since I didn't really read, or since I really didn't watch Kyoryuger, I had to read it and then okay, that's what's gonna happen, that's what's doing it. His thing was like a one-line thing.
Oh, the prince?
Yeah.
Yeah, that he was sent there from somebody, an alternate timeline in the future.
Oh, he was sent by somebody.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so my going theory now is that he is Daigo's kid.
Right.
But just from the future. And whenever this is over, he's going to go back.
Oh, okay.
I think they could, and I think they should, in a couple years, make a special on TTFC of him with his team.
Oh, okay.
From whatever year he's from. Like they've been doing with Kamen Rider Shinobi.
Yeah, Shinobi.
Yeah. So I think they could do that. Should do that with this kid,
Cool.
even though his acting's kind of ass.
So yeah, I was gonna ask you about that. Do you know that for definite? But I didn't really focus on all that much. He's kind of not great, huh?
No, he's amateurish, but he's only 17. It's whatever.
He's only 17. I feel like they, since I didn't really focus on it that much, his acting. I feel like they hired,
Because he can do his stunts. Yeah.
I felt like they hired a stunt performer and then made him act.
I've said this before and I'll say it again. Kyoryuger is the most Power Rangers Super Sentai season, in my opinion. It is so Power Rangers coded, and that's because Koichi Sakamoto worked on Power Rangers for so long.
Yes.
He did a lot on Power Rangers.
Koichi Sakamoto being the director for Kyoryuger.
Yes. And he directed this in the next episode too. This kid being better at stunts than acting is Power Rangers.
Yeah.
That's what happened. That's how they cast Jason, Zach, Tommy. They weren't necessarily actors. They were martial artists. And you even see in the earlier seasons of Power Rangers when they're in the gym and they're just actually doing flips and kicks and their muscle shirts and all glistening and shit. Yeah. But yeah, this kid, I think, serviceable, whatever. It was sad seeing my boys and girl trapped, but they're back. Even the new caliber looks cool. This is the shot where that's not Gira, and I couldn't really get a good shot of it, but yeah,
I didn't notice it.
Yeah, I just like the shot because they're like Scooby-Dooing.
Yeah, it's really good.
But because again, they're in a real place. You don't ever see shots like this with them. But yeah, Ran is all over Rita.
I like
He's
Rita.
On Rita, excuse me.
I like Rita's expression there. Very excited.
Yeah.
Because Rita's watching this this warrior train.
Yeah, and Ran's on her.
Yeah.
That's why too. Yeah, and then part of the thing that helps, or that I draw to from, excuse me, had a stroke. Part of why I think the Shoe God is in Gira is because this.
It
Literally comes out of his body and goes into this Yudenchi. Literally.
And it's not a it wasn't a oh, this happened. It was a thing of Gira said,
oh yeah,
you have this empty thing, I have this thing, which how does he know? How do you know that? Since you have this thing and I have this thing, maybe that could work.
Yeah, it says Kuogan accepted him or whatever.
Yeah, and I was thinking like, one, how did he know that he has that thing in him? And then
he might be Kuogan.
He might be Kuogan.
Part of him in him, because we didn't cover it, but of course, Gira also communicates with the Shoe Gods.
Yeah.
So I think there's something's gonna come out of that.
And that's what I was saying before about how the Shoe God looks different. That silhouette is not the regular Kuogan or Ohger.
I think it is.
You think so?
Yeah. It does look more like a robot. Those are legs down there. For sure.
For sure.
Yeah.
The lineup. Ooh, man.
Yeah.
That looks so good. What is the suit that King Kyoryuger Red has?
So the undersuit is from Kyoryuger Red's power-up form. Kyoryuger Red Carnival.
Oh, okay.
The gloves, the undersuit, the torso, the body, the pants. That is all Kyoryuger Red Carnival. Even the helmet is Kyoryuger Red Carnival.
Oh wow.
The chest piece is obviously from King-Ohger,
right?
With Gabutira on his chest. That is new.
Okay.
Which helps make this form. Yeah.
Looks really nice. Oh, that's a thumbnail right there.
I think it's gonna be that one.
True.
This is just too blinding on the light right there. I try to get a shot of each of the King-Ohgers doing their own stuff.
Out of suit acting, man.
Yep, out of suit fighting.
Yeah.
That was a good shot. The shot after this, where Rita stabs him in the ground, also a really good shot. But I thought this was powerful.
Yes.
The Kakuragi doing it, yeah. This is also a good shot where they're doing their supers, and then this also is a candidate for a thumbnail.
That's a strong contender.
Actually, it might be this.
They have really long capes.
Yeah, they have long capes for this shot. They flow like crazy.
I was gonna say I really liked that their finisher move, the charge up for that. It looks very galactic. It's very space. The way that they charge up, it's like all the stars and planets around them, and then when they shoot off, it's purple. It's purple stars and all that, or the purple sky and the light, which is the stars and all that. I really like that. Clearly they're from space.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Soji fucking.
Oh no.
Gets covered by rubble.
Oh, you're not gonna say it?
Thankfully, what?
Soji dies.
No, he's fine because he's in the preview for the next episode.
Yeah, true.
I thought they had balls to do this though. I don't know why. If he's just gonna be fine in the next episode. Amy finally shows up.
Hey,
thank goodness, and she looks great. And she finds the Zudenryu. I don't know what she's gonna do to free him.
Yeah, right.
She could sing a song. Watch.
Oh,
watch. She's gonna hum Earth's Melody or something. And yeah,
here's the big cliffhanger.
So turns out that the humans on Terra migrated from Kyoryuger Earth on the Caucasus Beetle.
Yeah.
Which I've been saying for a while is like it was a spaceship.
Oh yeah, straight up.
And then the mini plot box of it also has space behind it. This could also imply that this Prince kid could also be somebody else's kid.
Yeah,
could
just
be
totally.
Gira's kid.
Yeah.
But what's his name? Jeremy with his smile, you know, super excited that this could be a thing. I think it's kind of cool.
Yeah,
it's a cool way to tie two Sentai together that are normally unrelated. It's really interesting. The only thing, you tell your thoughts and then I'm gonna say something.
So I was gonna say, whenever this came up, I thought, wow, they're actually making this a connective foil for the King-Ohgers, it's not just like how we have in previous versions of Sentai, where it's summer movie, after movie, crossover movie. It's little things that they come back to, that it's like, oh, hey, you're here now, and like go and travel to a different dimension or a portal, or you were here before us, now you're here now. This is totally different. This is like, okay, the King-Ohgers directly derive from the Kyoryuger place, like the universe, the style, and everything.
Yeah.
This is a direct connection that I don't think has ever been done before in Sentai, where it's such a strong, like, yes, these people come from this other Sentai.
I think Denji Man is a direct sequel to Sun Vulcan.
Oh, wow.
And that's easier then because that's
Earth?
right after. Like, it's the season right after. So, yeah, it's a sequel.
Mm-hmm.
Because the bad guy, I believe, is the same in one to the other. I think. This is kind of unprecedented. Now, the only thing I can think of that kind of is similar to this is when it turns out that Gavan saved Marvelous when he was a little boy.
Yes.
Out of nowhere. Sure.
That was crazy.
And that's something that can exist and you don't ever have to reference it again. King-Ohger is all about history.
Yeah.
Their own history. I want to see how they come from this and then never talk about it again the rest of the show. Because they're not going to talk about this again the rest of the show.
Probably
the show's not about Kyoryugers or anything like that. But my kind of gripe with this is it makes the King-Ohgers, the humans, look worse. Because they are the alien invaders to Terra.
Right. Which
not only did they go and take over that planet, they went to war with the original inhabitants of that planet.
Right.
That's not good. That sucks. That makes them look bad. So King-Ohger being King-Ohger, if they do address that, I could see them addressing it and just make everybody feel guilty all the damn time. But it also will help bridge the gap, make the relations better between Bugnarok and the humans on Terra.
More of a coexistence.
Yeah. But again, it's super cool, super interesting they're actually doing this. They're going for it. I don't know if I could see them not referencing it again.
Yeah.
Because they shouldn't, because it's not about Kyoryuger. Unless this Prince guy comes back with them and then for some reason we have a Kyoryuger on the team for the rest of the show, but that's no way.
I was gonna say, it's funny you say that, how they went and other planet and they conquered. That's what Gira said in this episode. There's a throwaway line that he has where it's we're kings. Wherever we roam, we seek to conquer.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh no. Because they did.
Yeah.
This is unprecedented, like how you said. This is crazy.
And the Kyoryugers definitely existed long before the King-Ohgers.
Right.
I mean, dinosaurs. And they also mentioned specifically 2,000 years ago. Which is... yeah, that's how old Jeremy is.
So, yeah, he's 2000 something.
So when they got there, Jeremy's dad got it on.
Right, immediately.
Yeah.
So that was my initial question for the thing. Jeremy asks Ian, what's this planet called? Earth.
Yeah.
Though they're similar, your people 2,000 years ago, or my father and his people were migrants from Earth. So my first question was, how long were the people from Earth on Terra before they started to conquer? Because Jeremy's dad was one of the original 6 kings. How long were they on Terra before they decided to become kings and queens of their respective lands?
That, and why did this one ship leave?
Yeah.
What kept other humans here on Earth? Yeah, I don't know. Again, 2,000 years ago, that's pretty recent. It's too bad that there's people that they could ask for the Kyoryugers that they are not around anymore for reasons.
Yeah.
Interesting episode. Fun. Of course, it's Kyoryuger, so I'm going to like it. I sorely miss Utsutsume Maru. I sorely miss Daigo. Hopefully, somehow they're in the next episode or some little cameo. They did have original voice lines in this episode.
Yeah. That was really cool.
And then there's also the hope that some people are talking in the Discord about maybe there being like a internet short of Uchi and Daigo in the spaceship exploring or whatever, looking for stuff. Or the 10-year anniversary movie comes from that. I don't know. I hope A, this isn't it, and B, we have more of the original cast here.
There's a lot of potential in this. A lot of potential.
Do you have anything else for this episode?
Yes, I was gonna say also the big question for that is the giant Caucasus beetle. That's a beetle and everything else are dinosaurs.
Yeah.
So what's the relation there? Like there has to be something significantly different from where they come from.
Well, remember
dinosaurs
in Jurassic Park how they get the blood?
Oh yeah, from a
bug and amber.
Yeah,
a
bug
mosquito?
and amber. Yeah.
It has blood inside of it and stuck in amber. So there is a link between bugs and dinosaurs. I'm not saying Jurassic Park is it, but I am saying it's not far-fetched. Bugs were around back then too.
I see that.
But where this mech came from, I don't. That's another thing. Like, does this get labeled now as a Kyoryuger mech?
Right. And
it doesn't, but
it doesn't. But also, like I said, the bugs and the dinosaurs were related. I just think that, like, why was this the only insect-based robot? But it could be for a very good reason.
Yeah.
That we will find out, hopefully.
I'm going to show some screenshots from Kyoryuger with the captions.
Okay.
Because they are 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to see they kind of tie into King-Ohger.
Oh, okay.
First.
Nice, yes.
So, Plezuan was in space with Kyoryuger Violet. And he was off investigating other planets that Debos, because Debos is space entity, a space villain.
Mm-hmm.
And he landed on Earth millions of years ago when the dinosaurs were around, and they put him down. And he was buried in Earth until recently in Kyoryuger, where that season happens.
Oh, okay.
One of the planets Kyoryuger Violet goes to is the planet previously hosted a race of insectoid creatures who had evolved advanced intelligence.
Oh, wow.
That is actually why Debos looks the way he looks. He inherits powers or whatever from whatever planet he's on, and he sort of inherits their form. There's also a form of Deboth where he looks like a dinosaur.
Oh.
So he got some powers from the dinosaurs. But this, the planet previously hosted a race of insectoid creatures who had evolved advanced intelligence. Insectoid creatures, advanced intelligence, sounds like
the Bugnarok.
Terra. Yeah, like Ragnarok, something there. Yeah. And this is from episode 18? Something like that. It is an earlier-ish episode. This is from the last episode. Guys, apparently there's even guys even worse than Debos out in space.
Oh, wow.
So Kyoryuger has been toying with going to space for a long time now. This does kind of get answered in the following Versus movie with Tokyuger, where a remnant of Deboth shows up that they found in space, and they, comes back to Earth.
Oh, wow.
But like I said, Kyoryuger and space, Deboth in space, all this has been around for a while. So them tying it into King-Ohger does kind of feel satisfying. In that the other shoe is kind of dropping.
Oh, wow.
Let's hope the next episode, A, does a good job and sticks a landing, and B, we get some anniversary movie or something with Kyoryuger.
Yeah. Wow. That's crazy that it's like, callbacks.
Yeah.
From the original.
Yeah.
That just gives me super excited for all this. Because of course, if it's from, now retrospective, of course King-Ohger would be tied to Kyoryuger. Obviously there was no thoughts of that from then in the beginning. But I wonder if there was thoughts of that whenever Kyuranger had happened, because they're all space.
Yeah, yeah.
I was thinking about that just like right now. I was like, oh man, I wonder if people theorized Kyoryuger for Kyuranger. But now thinking about King-Ohger, I was like, oh, of course they were gonna go back to Kyoryuger. But you know, that's all retrospective.
Yeah.
This is a lot. This is exciting.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun to look at this, and can't wait to get my gun, my Kyoryu gun.
Yes.
Gaburi revolver. But yeah, again, I'm excited for next week. I hope it's not it. God damn it.
Yeah.
King-Ohger still a lot of fun. Still a lot of good stuff. And the tone did shift. It did feel lighter.
Oh yeah.
Even though they're on a different fucking planet. Maybe different timeline, whatever. The King-Ohgers did not express much dire need to get back.
Mm-hmm.
Because, of course, they're Sentai and they're going to fight what they need to fight. It's in front of them. But if this were a regular episode of King-Ohger, all 6 of these fuckers would be devastated that they're not home. They would be...
Yeah.
They would be so sad and just looking at, the green screen behind them. So sad.
Yeah.
But with Kyoryuger, you're allowed to have a little more fun.
They would... oh, man, they'd definitely be so heartbroken.
Be mad at each other.
Yeah. Dang.
Yeah. But it's Kyoryuger, so you can have fun.
Oh, yeah. Vámonos mucho.
Yeah, that's pretty much the episode. Do you have anything else you want to close out with?
He is funny man. He's a funny guy.
Somebody suggested in the Discord as well that they're going to do him like Fuwa in 01. He laughs at all of Naruto's jokes.
Yeah. He sort of did that.
He's going to love all of Ichinose's cooking.
Oh.
Yeah.
I see that. I hear that. I want that.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Because he says, this isn't fit for human consumption. He just eats it all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really want the mind erasing stuff to be pivotal. Like maybe a huge plot twist of this has already happened before last year, and Gotchard, you already had your driver before last year. Something, I don't know. That's just speculating out of the blue.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, the last time I kind of felt that kind of thing was...
Build?
Ojoyamu!
Yeah.
You want to know why you can henshin? Why you don't remember? Yeah, that whole thing was great. What in Build?
Where the whole narration of the show was the end of the show, wherever he tried to... he's trying to...
Oh, that he's recording it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not...
It's not the same thing.
That's not a twist that pays off.
It's just like a little gratitude thing.
Yeah, I don't know if there's really been that big of a twist in... Rider in a while. Maybe...
Geats... Yeah.
What?
That it was a TV show the whole time?
Oh, and I was going to say Neon.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's kind of heavier.
That's a way more heavier.
Yeah. But okay. We've made it. We made it to the end. We've been recording for an hour and 40.
Oh my god.
This is definitely going to be cut because you had that break.
Right. I want DivKid back.
But again, I am Super Blastex. Don't forget to follow, like, subscribe, comment. Please, we want to hear from you. Find me everywhere, Super Blastex, SuperBlastex. Give us a shout out, and you'll get a shout out as well.
Yes. And I have been Toku Tony. You can find me everywhere at Toku Tony, except for Twitter. On Twitter, I am Tony Toku, unfortunately. Still trying to get that username. Thank you all. Like, comment, subscribe, share it with your friends. We want to hear from you. We want to hear from everybody. Say what's up.
All right. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.